Shashan Jain College in collaboration with London Business University, Singapore. Let us start today's session with a word of prayer.
Namo Harihandanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Isavasahunam, Teso Panchanamo Karo, Sarva Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Chesadesim. Havai Mangalam, Padamam Havai Mangalam. நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமெட திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Today we are going to discuss about importance of citation and reference in journal, and we have with us Dr. N. Bhuma ma'am, Principal of Avichi College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Ma'am, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being present with us today. Booma ma'am is a dynamic leader and a bold decision maker, passionate teacher with more than 2 decades of experience in teaching and guiding postgraduate students and a path-breaking tenure as a vibrant principal. A perfectionist who believes in integral development and collective growth, an ambitious and determined leader who sees as a mean of acquiring knowledge, developing skills, and imbibing ethics and values, a firm disciplinarian and a compassionate team player. As a principal, she has been a groundbreaking pioneer who created greater opportunities for the students to learn and explore. She has played a key role in bringing IQAC to action. In all the years of service, she has been a proactive member of all the vital committees that steered the respective institution into new horizon, has published more than 10 papers in national and international journals with high impact factor, and has been an active participant, presented more than 35 papers at national and international level seminars, and also organized several of the same. She is an active member of core team for conduct of academic audit and for extension of autonomous. She has received Beyond Call of Service Award for industrious work. She has organized many field trips, many seminars, and international and national conferences. She is a team leader, Socialpedia My Chennai flood relief food distribution. She is a good question paper setter in all autonomous colleges for commerce. She has facilitated many faculty development programs. She has encouraged students to organize Maha Utsav, which is a mega intercollegiate culturals to bring out the unique talents of the students. And she has done a lot of activities which is incorporated for the first time in 22 years of college history. Ma'am, we are really inspired by your what you have done to the society as an academician as well as a vibrant administrator, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I heard from one of my students. Currently, she is the head of the Department of Visual Communication in your institution. that she has shared a lot of things positive about you, and we are really glad that you are here. Though you are administratively very busy, you took time to share your academic thoughts on your citation and reference index, ma'am. Thank you so much, and over to you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hari Om, thank you so much for this golden opportunity given to me to share my few thoughts. And knowledge sharing is the most important thing for any academician, though we get elevated to administration level. I hope, are you able to, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. And before proceeding formally, I would like to share very happily, I would like to happily share that Dr. S. Padmavati and myself, we did our UG, and we have been a close friend since 1985, and we just continue to be friends even today. And very happy that both of us are sharing this administration post in the same period of time. And with that note, I would like to just proceed, before proceeding to my presentation, a small word of thought about our college, obviously College of Arts and Science. We established in the year 2018 with a motto of nobody to somebody. Like we have a potential passionate faculty members working along with us with the management, so that the students can be transformed and they can be elevated to somebody in their chosen field of their desired field, whatever it is. We have 10 departments, and though it is a fourth year of a establishment, we don't look like only the fourth year, and we have been doing a lot more, and we are looking forward for more to achieve in the future also. And now proceeding to that one, and I think I can share with my presentation. I'll just take a minute to share that one. Has it been shared?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can, we can.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes. And the topic which I have chosen for today is importance of citation and reference. Yes, why we have, like, when we talk about the journal writing, from introduction till the last page, there are a lot more to discuss. And all of you are a great academician. I know Triple S Jain College, how importance has been given to the research. And I just, a disclaimer, that it is not, many of are not my own thought or anything. I'm just giving you what is, since it is a topic is on reference and citation. I have specifically taken some citation and reference specifically in this presentation to show you that it is how it is important for our journal writing. And why this research has been given importance, why the research is important, as we are all know aware of that. And in foreign universities, they give importance to research, and which slightly it is lacking in our curriculum. Like those students study statistics, and also they are all very good at operational research and everything. And research part, we are not concentrating on the UG students specifically, unless otherwise we do it out of the way. Like if we are asking them to write a letter, article, or if we encourage them, and they do descriptive, and of course very few only concentrating on the empirical study. And as an academician, I think it is our responsibility to encourage all our UG students also to work on this, and they should be in a position to write research. Why this research? Why this research itself is a question. When we ask questions like why this and why that, will definitely will instigate us to work on that note. Like what is the reason for that one, what is the study we are getting it, what is output. So when it all those things are combined together, we get an outcome of it. All of you are aware of that one article structure, and the purposely, as I mentioned you already, I have everywhere I have mentioned this type of references which I have cited. So this shows how this reference and citation is very important. And a general outframe of this structure, like all of us are aware of it. Whenever we study or we walk or we go somewhere or we think like this traffic, anything we just take which is going to be close to our heart. And when we read a literature, and we may have like acceptance or agree or disagree to the literature, whatever we study. So that will become the first part. And why do we want to do this journal? That should be the first stage in the writing of journal. And second is, and in this writing of journal, when we say why do we do that one, of course, literature review plays a very important role, as we are all aware, and everybody's thoughts and ideas need to be analyzed, so that analyzing the other person's thoughts or their reviews or their literature definitely will give us an insight whether we can proceed to our work or not, whether what will be the outcome we are going to get. So literature review and this introduction part of it goes together. I have not mentioned this in this structure. The reason is we are showing this literature review in our thesis separately, but when it comes to our journal writing, and I think we can add on to that one and the introduction part of it itself. And of course, why do we do that one? The question has been answered, and we are going to proceed with a method. On what method we are going to do that one? How are we going to, and what will be the result which we are going to get it? And these are all the, and so when we have these questions, why, how, what, and so what is there? Okay, so we would have expected some result. We may not get that result. Of course, you all aware of that one. Through hypothesis, we are going to come to conclusion, and that will give us again, might be again when we don't get a proper result. Definitely, if you are not going to get a proper result, obviously what will happen, we are going to again it will give a chance for opportunity for us to furthermore explore into that one and make one more journal. And before proceeding to the journals and everything, I would like to tell maybe the reason why do you, what is the need for journal writing? Yes, frankly speaking, many of the teachers I know, they will say for the purpose of NAC, or for the, because the teachers and principal is pressurizing us, or the management is pressurizing us. So for the purpose of preparing or all our documentation purpose, maybe that is the reason one, or APA score. If I wanted to, develop myself in my career, and if I wanted to grow in my career, definitely the APA score plays an important, and that too, that impact factor, all citation, everything is very important. Impact factor, scopus, care list, all those things become very important. Keeping that on one side, that is maybe like officially it may be required. But what I feel in other side is, see, whenever we think something and whenever we pose a question, if we teachers are going to just explore into that one, go into that one, unless there is we get a logical answer to it or outcome of it, definitely we are not supposed to proceed with that one. If we have the connectivity towards that journal writing, what we are going to do, then automatically the journal will be the proper journal. And with that note, I think I have mentioned last one, references. So this references, I'm keeping it aside. I'm not going to talk now. Before that one, I will just proceed to the next slide. Yes, before proceeding to this references, this I would like to talk about this plagiarism. Yes, that is a buzzword now. And between 2007 to 2011, if I am right, there was so much of plagiarism in the in all journal writing or thesis writing and everywhere, and it was very that was not acceptable act of any teachers, which has happened in the society of our educational field. And what is plagiarism? Of course, all of us are aware of that one. Unauthorized use of our language or our thoughts and ideas and treating as their own. Yes, that is, of course, there is a very nice cartoon I have given. Of course, down I have given the reference from where I have taken it also. And of course, whether to gulp it or whether to spit, and we don't know that when we copy somebody and that is accepted and ours is not accepted, that means that is a plagiarism, right? And we cannot ask them question why mine is not accepted. Yes, I copied everything straight from the internet, but why are you not accepting it? Yes, this is plagiarism. It's not, you all are aware of it. It has become, though it is a buzzword, but if we are, education, we academician, we know when we are invigilating our students and their students are copying, maybe with the knowledge or without the knowledge of the students who is sitting next to it, obviously we don't accept it and we don't encourage them. Immediately we punish them, we give them all sort of based on the stages of the copy, whatever he is doing, he or she is doing it. So definitely this is nobody will accept it. And why do they people do plagiarism? When I just spoke, I was thinking about it. We connect the same issues with the student and to that those who are doing that plagiarism or when they are not into that path. Like for example, they will not have time. Immediately we will just, they will not, they don't want to spend time. Or sometimes what happen, they will not be confident of how to go about that format. Like if I want to write a journal, so I may not know the format. And I have come across in my experience in my thing that many students, many faculty members, you will be like a shock to know that they don't even know how to write that paper, how to write a journal. So then it is like they need some guidance or all those things. If they don't get proper guidance and there is a complexity in them or like lack of exposure that they won't ask anybody also, lack of confidence in writing and also the writing skill, they may not be confident. So all those things taking into consideration and for some people it become a habit. When I was just preparing this, all this slides, I was just going through the plagiarism who has been done it. I was really wondering, not only a small or one from the outskirt or some teacher is doing or not like that. I just saw that Stanford University has given the complaint, like they have written a letter to the former president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, stating that one physics professor has done a plagiarism and it was a very shocking to them. Likewise, when I was just going to that one and one IIT Indore, there was a boy like who was asked to write and he had a quantitative approach and he had 3 books in his hand and he went to the library to search on the qualitative quantitative approach. They wanted to just, he wanted to share refer. He was shocked to see that, and I don't want to mention all those names, and he was very shocked to see that those 3 books of foreign books has been copied literally in many places in this, what we have it. Not only in India, it happens in abroad also. So in 2015 onwards, I think it became mandatory for that plagiarism is, I think, less than 50% is accepted and more than 50% is not accepted. It has become a law and it has been considered as a unlawful activity also. And so this plagiarism is to be, and even I don't want to mention, and in my own experience, I have seen one faculty has been, a thesis has been copied and he or she, I don't want to mention the gender also here, was elevated as a principal. And after finding out that the plagiarism was 100%, it was almost the typical work of that. It was been rework of that particular person's thesis. Then he has been or she has been de-promoted again back to the faculty. And it has happened very recently also. And I know personally, I have just seen all those things, which is not acceptable also, right? Isn't it? And that is because we teachers definitely don't allow any students to copy. Yes, what will be the effect? And it has been mentioned, as I have been telling, that when it affects all our, we have been demotivated. And when I was just seeing one like Harvard University, one lady has been asked to, she says that it was unintentional, but she has written a book which was almost similar to some other book, and where what happened, they were not able to, she just lost her, couldn't write book furthermore. Then also that content which was taken for the movie was also not accepted. And all this will be that is unlawful, and it is like equally like taking somebody's effort and somebody's thought and somebody's it is like which is not acceptable, and that also against the code of, if it is against law, it is a code of conduct. It affects our it depicts our nature or personality, whatever it is. Now we are going to referencing. What is referencing? Is it possible for us to write everything of ourselves? I don't think so. Because when we like, when we, I just asked when we were discussing about the structure of journal, first one is why. So why are we doing this? Definitely we need, like all of a sudden, we will, anybody for that matter, those who are producing movies, I have seen many movies, or who are musicians, everyone, we see that they read some place, somewhere, they have some reference, which has been definitely, that only make them to move further. So same in the journal writing also. In the case of journal, what when we talk about the journal writing, if I say I want to write, like I can take for example my own topic on my thesis, PhD thesis, quality of work life of college teachers. So automatically, when I just take the topic as quality of work life, and that is not my creation of that word. When I was just having a HR book, which subject and which topic to choose, and this I was just thinking, and I had to, I was just having the HR book, and I was just going through it. And one thing like which should be very relevant, or which should be different in HR, because that time everybody started doing HR only. So in that time, the topic like was almost quality of work life. Obviously, then I just started reading about quality of work life. So without having any reference, it is not possible for us to proceed. Referencing is not wrong. It is like definitely it need to be see, like the referencing is, we should give importance to the person, or to, we have to give the respect to the person who has written it. So it may be from any book or from any journal, it can be any edited journal or anything, it may be from any thesis. It can be, we have to respect the person who has originally written. So we have been, when we were young, we used, I think, whether it follows even now or not, some of we will be concentrating more on the definitions. So when we say definitions, and we have the habit of telling the students that if you say definition by any author, if you say anybody, it is definition by Mrs. X or whatever it is, that should be the words of that Mrs. X. And we are reproducing the same thing. So that means that is, we have to mention that it is the definition of that particular person. And if you are going to write your own words, then it becomes not the, that is not a definition also. That is what we have just taught the students also to give respect to the definition and the person who is writing it, right? That is how we were grown. So the referencing is definitely important. Before going to the next slide, I want to tell you this topic is only on the basis of what is referencing, and I mean importance of referencing and citation. I'm not going to go in detail about the different styles or different methods. I'm just going to have an overlook idea about how is it mentioned. So referencing, like citation and referencing, and we have two elements when we say referencing. We have citation and referencing. So when mostly I have seen where and all we can use this citation, it is acceptable is in the case of like when you take for example introduction side or review of literature side, or in the discussion, or there we can mention it. Otherwise, in the data analysis should be your own expression of your own data. Of course, quantitative data are available in the sites, and it is available, of course, that can be done. Again, it should be you have to bring something own of yourself whenever you are taking some data available in the net, and you have to give due importance and respect from where you are picking up all those things. That is what it becomes important now here. So when we just go to the citation, and wherever it is citation is, like take for example, when we say the citation, you during in the theoretical analysis, wherever we are writing somewhere, you have to mention the particular, it can be mentioned, there are various styles I told you. It can be either one, you can represent one, or you can represent the name of the author and the year. In different styles, you can make it up, and that, and the reference which you are giving it to the bibliography should correlate, and that should be the, like, I cannot give here as one person's name and there as different person's name, and that means it is definitely, obviously, it is very clear that you are not doing it in a proper format. So this is the one thing. Yes. And we have different styles which I have mentioned. This is citing in text. In text itself, we have given just one I mentioned, like we have been mentioned 1 and 2, this citation. You can mention in the text itself wherever you are writing the, in text format, and you can give it different styles has been given in this example. And one is like, as you can find the difference here, and these two people have like this should all both the citation and the reference should coordinate. That is very important. And this reference and citation will enable any future reference people, whoever wants to refer your article, and also to validate your writing. If you want to validate your own writing, definitely it is very important to give the reference. So this reference is not only giving the other, giving the respect for those whose reference has been taken, also your validation is possible, and whatever content you wanted to give also will be given proper respect only by the future people, whoever is referring, and definitely for that also we need to take care of that. So reference is an acknowledgement, which I mentioned already, and you are going to give the ideas and written material, whatever it is. And again, why it is? See, I have taken somebody's thought. I have just taken somebody's idea. Somebody, what is wrong? No, I don't know. When we are informally also, suppose for example, we are having a meeting in the department, and your colleague is giving you some ideas or some ideas or suggestions. Then, if we teachers definitely, when we are putting forth your hierarchy, next hierarchy in your structure, you have to mention that so and so gave this suggestion, so and so gave this idea. Then I am just giving you that, and we will be in the next thing will be suggestions. This is what very important for any of this. This referencing can be a very formal one, but what I feel is the referencing should also be taken into consideration as an emotional part when we move with our people, or when we move with our friends, or even in an official thing, that you should not steal anybody's idea, right? So that is why the referencing is very important. And I think I have just given all the enable the reader to locate the sources. And again, I told you already, it helps the reader to wherever, like suppose you have written on a journal, and the journal will be published in a site or in a hard copy or book or anywhere, and future somebody will be checking and reading, or will be referring your writing or your journals. In that case, it will be easy for them to have their own source. They can refer that source again, and it will support your arguments, whatever you are doing. It increases your credibility, which I have mentioned in the previous slide also, and that is why reference is required. And there are different styles of referencing. Normally, we follow APA and MLA. There are other thing is also given. Vancouver is the style which is used by computer science, and IE is also mentioned by computer science. The APA is mentioned by social science. Though these styles are given in general, nothing is specified by the particular journal committee. We can follow in this basis. Like, sorry. MLA is literature, and all those people, they will be doing it. APA, as I told you, business, social science, economics, and psychology, which we are going to do that one. And I have not mentioned Vancouver here. That was not given in that reference which has been given. But Vancouver is properly used by computer science or science and medicine. They use this Vancouver site. That is why I'm giving this slide separately also. And Vancouver this is the format of the Vancouver reference number, which would have been given the citation, and the authors, whoever has been written that author's name, the title of this journal, and the edition, all those details, and the year will be given in the last. Publication, place of publication, and publisher name, everything has been given in the last date. This is the Vancouver style of writing our journals. And now comes to MLA and APA styles. As I mentioned to you, humanities and all literature, everything will be on the basis of MLA. To start with, anybody first person who wanted to write any article, if they wanted to write an article, they will go for MLA. We will just teach them MLA. Not much difference with the MLA and APA. Still, that will be easy for them to understand. As it has been mentioned in citation, if you have mentioned Smith and Johnson without the year is called as MLA, and now with the year is mentioned is called as APA. And this again I'm repeating every slide. This citation and the reference should correlate each other. And next stage, that is social sciences and everything has been done in APA styles. If they don't mention, you can keep it in your own style. You can write your own style, whatever it is, but there should be a format. You cannot combine MLA style with the APA style. You can do it in of yourself. Again, I'm repeating, I'm not going detail into these different styles. I'm not teaching the format how to write, but I'm teaching you why the reference and citations are important. Because why I chosen, I want to tell you why I have chosen this topic also. We create objectives will be framed by us. We'll create the methodology, hypothesis will be created, everything will be doing it. But where we will be missing it or we'll overlook, we will not give importances, references and citations. So then I thought, okay, why can't we touch that area where how it is references are very important and why the citation is very important. That is why the reason why I chosen this topic also today. And if time permits and sometime later, we will see different styles, how to write the styles also. Yes, how MLA comes, name of the author, authors, then title of the article, then publication city and the year. Where we saw Vancouver, publication city and year comes in the last. And publisher name and medium, print or web, whatever it is. If sometimes print, they'll mention only print. They won't say detailing about, they will not mention detail about that one. They'll say print or they'll say website, that's all, whatever it is. In APA, slightly it changes. Publication year comes as soon as immediately after name of the authors. Mostly we follow this only. That is what we are doing. And page number is also not been mentioned, and publisher and page number is also mentioned in APA. Yes, here it is. There's some examples of MLA and MLA and APA in general. Yes, we have a journal. See, again, I'm telling you, these are all not my own work, except here and there, wherever I have taken. Purposely, I have taken in such a way that reference is acceptable, provided we give importance to the way from where do we take. That is why I didn't even retype. I didn't even do anything. Reference, without reference, we cannot prepare anything. The reference and citation is very important. But why we have to mention? I cannot say, see, suppose for example, if I type APA style is like this, I can prepare a style, I can prepare a slide stating that these are all the type of thing. Then my conscience will be pricking. Is it your own presentation or have you created anything new? No, I have just studied somewhere. I just got the idea, then only I did, right? So that is why reference should be given importance. That is the importance which I want to tell you. So I have taken the same thing and I have presented it as it is where it is. And this is the journal. It is like this. And if it is book, it is like this. We have mentioned the book, title of the book will be given here. And title of the article and the periodical, wherever we are, printing it. This is what it is. It continues like that. And chapter in edited book, title of the chapter and which editors and whatever it is, which already we have discussed. And it is a sample. And again, the sample, though I discussed, I'm showing the sample because I got an idea and insight from these references, and the reference should be given importance here. Yes. So these are the references which I have taken and I have referred. And this has been mentioned, and there somewhere I have mentioned the directly that page itself. And this is how we are going to mention our journal writing also. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And this opportunity not only gave me an insight to think more about the reference and citation, I also connected this reference with informal relationship or informal talk. Also, I felt that how our ideas need to be properly, whomever from wherever I just take an idea, I cannot consider that idea as my own, and I have to give proper reference. That is the takeaway from the presentation for myself. And again, a request to the all the faculty members that of course, NAC demands, your college demands, and your APA score demands, but still do a research for the sake of research so that you can definitely make more and more outcome, and we can concentrate on the outcome. And definitely that will be you should be close to your art. The outcome should be close to your art. So whatever we get a result should be close to your art. There should be genuinity in that one. Thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really an insightful information. And thank you so much, ma'am. If there is any queries regarding your referencing and citation index, you can always ask, ma'am. Participants? Ma'am, I have a question about the reference tool. I understand as far as the research scholars in South, they are not concentrating more on reference tool. They used to type in MS Word and things like that, no, more than using a LaTeX or referencing tool like Mendeley, something like that. What is your thoughts on it, ma'am?
Yeah, as I mentioned, references is the importance which you are giving to someone's thought. And when I prepared, I told you, no, when I prepared, like we will be like, for example, just you visualize a meeting with your department, and you are having a meeting, and you just, your friend or your colleague gave you some suggestions or ideas, and you are presenting the ideas and suggestions to the principal, then obviously you have to mention that thought you should have it. When we think in that concept, definitely the reference will also be, we are going to do. That should not be the nature. That should not be the case. And references people, you can take somebody's thoughts. You can do that one. Give respect to those people, whoever has been, from whom you have taken as a reference. You may redo that one. You can rewrite all those things. That is different. Be genuine to your heart that you have taken from somewhere. That is the importance of this reference writing. That is, I think, slowly the efforts what you have taken, I think continuously you are doing for journal writing. I understand from that one from Mrs. Lakshmi. So that is a very good effort, and all of every institution. Even I thought I should do something related to this journal writing itself. Definitely, we will do it with our college staff members to others. So that's a small gesture from our side that will bring a insight that everything is important. Likewise, this reference is also important.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Participants, if you have any queries, you can just post it on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and talk. Ma'am, as such, there is no queries on the chat box, ma'am. And there was all messages which is favoring how they felt with the session, ma'am. So, as there is no queries from the participants, I request Deepika to formally propose the vote of thanks. Deepika, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to propose the vote of thanks for today's session. I would like to thank the Almighty for making today's session a success. I extend my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Bhuma, for taking the time to be a part of the FDP series on journal writing and for sharing her knowledge and insights. I thank all the participants who have taken the time out to attend today's session. A big thank you to our secretary and our associate secretary for their constant guidance and support. My special thanks to our principal and vice principal for giving us the encouragement we always need. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Dr. S.T. Deepa, our technical team, and our internal training team for all the support and coordination. Once again, I thank you all.
Ma'am,
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much, ma'am, for your time. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Participants, the feedback link is posted in the chat box. You can just fill in your feedback to receive your e-certificates. Thank you so much.